Joshua, once again, top 16 here at YCS Rimini with Pendulums, that's correct. Is there anything you want to say before you go to the list?
I lost to Lorenzo Santoni from CCG as well. Same deck, so it happens. It's fine. It's really fine. He's gonna take it. And it's okay.
Again, yeah, winner of last year.
Yep.
Okay, let's see this.
So it's basically the list from Euros, but a little modified. So yeah, just like with pots and stuff. So still 3 odd eyes. Yeah, shout outs to Dian. 1 odd eyes Mirage Dragon is new from Dragons and Legends. It's in here because it's a level 3 8 scale searchable by Sky Iris, because I'm not playing Magicians anymore, and without Magicians I only have 3 8 scales, which are the unicorns, and I wanted another 8 scale that you can also pop with Sorcerer for some benefits, so that's why it's in here. The effect is irrelevant, I never used it. 3 Abductor because you auto win with Sky Iris, 3 Kirin and 3 Bonboko.
Of course. Yeah,
same as always. 2 Eccentric, still enough I think. Yeah, it's really good, but you don't need 3. From Opals, 3 Sorcerer, 3 Unicorn this time because Magicians are out, so need the extra 8 scale. The low scale for Iris, the Reddish Horse is also new. The main reason for it in here is just to have another target for Sorcerer as a low scale, because you're going to banish some stuff with Pot of Desires, so you need more targets. Also, the effect is kind of cool. Like it's a little bit like Hat Tricker. When your opponent has a special summon monster and has at least as many monsters as you can special summon it from your hand. So there's some tricks with that. And also the scale effect is really good. It's kind of the same as Unicorn. Unicorn boosts your odd eyes, but this one reduces the opponent's monster by some attack of any performer pile you have. So you can do like pretty good OTKs with that too. Then the Joker and
of course
Monkey Board, rip. And 1 Apex again.
Okay.
Random Apex represent. No, I wanted to play 2, but I just couldn't fit it. It was between this or the additional low scale, and I thought because this was searchable, it was better to play that, and I did search it a lot, so yeah.
Okay.
1 was fine. I didn't draw it like maybe twice only.
Right.
3 of that.
Should you play 3? Since a lot of people like, no, you shouldn't play them.
I'm not sure, it's kind of like a love and hate thing. Like, the first one I activated in tournament, I banished all 3 Sorcerers and Odd Eyes Fusion, and I almost lost because of it, but overall it's just like, it's so important, this format. I don't like the card because it completely messes up any resource management in the game. Like, a lot of good decks would have never played the card. Like, the best formats ever, like Dragon Rulers and Necros users wouldn't have played the card because resource management was so important, but right now the format is not as good as back then, and like, resource don't exist. You know, Pendulum sets up and then wins on the second turn, so still 3 Iris, 3 Terraforming. This is super good. 3 MSTs. Because I think this deck is like super consistent, and the only real thing that you lose to is Strike and Fragrance. That's why I just maxed out on MST, and I'm playing MST over Cyclones because of Abductor. It does come up quite a bit when you have Abductor and something new. Just MST your scale, play another that's 3 spells. I feel like that's kind of relevant. Otherwise, I do think Cyclone is better this format against the other decks, but because you sometimes have to MST your own scales, I think MST is better overall. And then the Odd Eyes Fusion and the Upstart makes 40.
Right. Okay.
The actual deck is the Vortex, the Meteor Burst, Absolute, and Rebellion. Still the Red Eyes Flare. I didn't make it this tournament, but it's just really good. It's kind of like Cowboy when you're just like a little short of the OTK.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the only reason to go for Exceeds with like your Odd Eyes stuff is when you can actually win the game. That's why there's no Big Eye anymore, or like Dracosac. You know, why would you overlay like 2 beat sticks that come back every turn for a Dracosac? The only reason to make an XYZ is if you immediately win the game, and if you make this, it wins you the game. The same with this. Just like the only reason to overlay 2 Kirins is to immediately win the game, so you play just like that. And I did a lot of OTKs. I OTK'd like Dark Planets and stuff with this tournament. On Strike Bouncer, just an addition that I made after Berlin, because the Kirin deck got even more popular, and it's like really strong in the mirror, because you like Kirin versus Kirin is really awkward. But when you can make this, you can negate Kirin on your turn, and you can negate Kirin on their turn. It's really good. I made it like 3 times because I played a couple of Pendulums. It's like really strong. 2 Dwellers. Same as at Euros, because I do like to make it first turn when I have like a really good hand that I can like have like Joker and Sorcerer. I'm like, okay, just in case if you're Monarch or BA, I can just auto win the game basically. And then if you make it first turn, you might need a second one, so that's why it's 2 in there. Rebellion, sometimes it's just like game with odd eyes. Same for this, I won a couple of matches with that. Castell, that's if your hand is bad, or against Pendulum. And then Totem Bird and Grumbles. It's the same as Euros, just like no big eye and the Strike Bouncer.
Okay.
Side deck is also very close to Euros, still 3 Max C. Mainly for BA, also alright against Blue Eyes. 2 Ghost Ogre. I'm playing Ghost Ogre and Typhoons. I was considering like 3 of one and some of the others. I think two Ghost Ogres is fine. I didn't want to play 3 because you cannot activate multiples per turn. And I'm playing 2 and 2, by the way. I had 3 Typhoons and 1 Ghost Ogre. But I like that Ghost Ogre can hit the monkey board when it's alone, and they can play around Typhoon if they just go Bunbuku. Normal summon Bunbuku, activates Gyrus, and then only target the Bunbuku. You can't activate Typhoon. But Typhoon also has advantages where I did a couple times. You just draw it in like a game state where there's no Iris or monkey board around, and you just already have scales, so you can just pop a scale. I did that a couple times. I also outed a secret village with it, so there's benefits to both. So I think 2 and 2 was fine. 2 Kaijus, these are new because Blue Eyes is a little bit more popular now. They're also alright against Fire King Cosmo, against Magicians when they play like Apex, Vortex, and Kirin. It's a pretty good card. Yeah, did win a couple of games with it. I also, like in top 32, I played against someone who played like a Melodious Diva kind of thing in Magicians. When it's special summoned, you cannot target it and you cannot destroy it by battle. And if I didn't have this, if I didn't sight this in, I would have actually had no out to the thing in the whole deck. So yeah, that was good. 2 Kaiku because it's the best card against Monarchs. You don't worry about Stormforth, Ether, or Prime anymore. Not 3 because it's not good with every hand. You have to be able to go off for it to be good. You have to make a really big push, and only when you have a really big push, Kaiku is good. Also, it's not that good against Domain Monarch, so this is why 2 is here. 3 Twin Twisters. Because I think it's the best removal against BA, because Burning Abyss has like the average number of face downs is 2 because they search Fogblade so often, which is where MST is a little weird, because if they flip Fragrance, okay, you know where it is, you just MST it, but if they have Strike and Fogblade, you're just like, you know, sometimes you can see it because the Fogblades are so bent sometimes, but it doesn't work always. Like, it's better to just go safe, and if you draw 2, you can just discard one with the other. That's why I went with 3.
Okay.
And then the Secret Village, because it auto wins the Monarch matchup, and it's also really good against Blue Eyes if you go first.
Okay. Joshua, any last words?
I mean, shoutouts to the team. We all played pretty close to the same list. We had 6 people in top 32, so good luck to the ones that are still in. I hope Lorenzo is going to take it because I lost him and we split prizes. So. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah, Joshua, thanks for the play, fine. Congrats at your top 16 spot here at YCS Rimini.